Hello, everyone. So yesterday on Dan Wootton's show, he had Kinsey Schofield on. And Kinsey Schofield said that Megsy had channeled Diana, a message from Diana while she was doing yoga, and that they should come to the coronation. No, the Jubilee. Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee, the Platinum Jubilee. This isn't necessarily a new thing. I've been saying since 2019 in these readings that Megsy has been trying to say, I don't believe she is, that she's communing with spirits, the spirit of Diana. So I want to just have a bit of a look around this. How's Megsy reacting to this news? Because of course they're going to be watching Dan Wootton. Of course they are. Her and Preparation H will be watching what Dan Wootton does a lot. So let's see how she's reacted to it and see if we can find out anything else. Now, I work in layers. I'm going to pull a layer for Megsy, and then we're going to do a layer for Harry. I'm using the Mystics, Madmen, and Murderers Tarot for Megsy, and at the bottom, I've just shuffled it there. And at the bottom is the moon and Grigory Rasputin, the mad mystic from Russia, from the days of the Tsar. The moon suggests that there is something going on, but we're going to put it back in, see if it comes out again. And we're working less, like I say. If you're new here, please subscribe. For everyone else, give me a like, a share, all of that YouTubery stuff. Let's get into it. So let's see how Megsy feels about this story being out there. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. She's not too happy. I'm going to put it that way. There's an impatience there. She wants to get something out of the way really quickly, but it's not ready to go yet. That could be Riviera, whatever it's called. American Beige-Area Abattoir. That's the correct pronunciation, I believe. But she's very, very... There's something with money. There's something about it's not coming in quick enough. There's something about not being able to wait, and she wants to crack on with something now. So there is a reaction there straight away. We have the Ten of Pentacles crossing over. This is of course, a very wealthy, rich, powerful family, a protected family. So maybe she's saying that there's something to do with Dan, with the monarchies, that try to link that some way. Interesting, it's Helen Duncan. I think Helen Duncan was the last woman in Britain to be prosecuted under the Witchcraft Act. I'm pretty sure. She's an interesting story. Funnily enough, a bit of a grifter as well. So look her up. It's a pretty interesting thing. Let me know what you think of her. But yeah, that's the first two cards. Let's have a look at what's above the situation. Five of Swords. And what's underneath? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, Harry's on a devaluation cycle at the minute. We have got the Five of Swords in reverse. So there's a detail missing with Megsy lately. She's overlooked some details. Maybe she's overlooked who she's been gossiping to. Maybe she's overlooked who she's been talking things through with. There's some details missing now. This is her energy today, and today is the 6th of May. So there may be something coming out sooner rather than later with Megsy not checking the details. Of course, you know, it could be the fact Nigeria, the Nigerian trip. Now, I didn't realize, colour me ignorant till earlier today, that Nigeria has some of the worst outcomes if you were a gay man or a lesbian lady. It's not great. You could be 16 years in the slammer for just loving who you love. So there's that. So that's not exactly the humanitarian issue that she wants to kind of, you know what I mean? It doesn't vibe with her whole woke aesthetic. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. She's somehow blaming Harry for all of this coming out. Maybe it's Harry's been gossiping and said something to someone. The Empress in reverse is leaving the situation. So I really feel like, and I've been saying this for such a long time, that Megsy is trying to say she is communing with Diana's spirit. It's actually very vindictive and harsh thing to do to somebody. Like say, oh, I had this message while I was doing yoga. The way it came across, it's just like, had a message, we must go. And it's just kind of like she's got to commune with Diana. Unless you're mediumistic or psychic for a long time, then it's rare that people get these messages. Occasionally they do. I know with certainly me being a psychic and working with spirit, working with the tarot cards, it's something people come to you for. And it takes a lot of practice. Spirit just doesn't just drop on into anyone. They've got it's interesting. Spirit is always around, but why would she need to influence Diana's spirit go through to Megsy? It doesn't make any sense, especially when Megsy's quite destructive. And now we have the Chariot. Why are we blaming William? Now, every tarot card relates to a zodiac sign or a planet. The Chariot relates to sun sign Cancer. Now, William is sun sign Cancer. Interesting. There's definitely something with William there. The Lovers in reverse. And the Two of Swords in. She's really happy about this story, you know. Okay. She is very unhappy about this story. The why I'm saying that is we have the Lovers in reverse. Now, the Lovers, when it's upright, it's healing, unity, bringing people together. But here, there's something that is quite divisive that will get people accusing each other of different things. Like she's going to try and play divide and rule, you know? I don't know if within online communities, or more or less it'll be whoever reads the online news or the newspapers. I feel like there is something coming. She's wanting to try and get people opinionated and be more on her side. The Two of Swords is in reverse, and these stories are definitely backing her in a corner. So she's given the energy that she's having to be forced to do something. What we've got here is the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is in the upright. So what she's hoping that there is a delusion of choice. I feel like there's going to be more and more stories coming out about the Harkles. I know we've got the Ingrifter service next week, but we also have got the Nigerian trip coming up as well. So there's going to be lots and lots of puff pieces, and that's what she's hoping for. The outcome, though, is the Five of Cups in reverse. She's not good. Things aren't going to go the way she planned. We've got two fives on the table, and fives in the tarot are they're one of the most uncomfortable cards. You know, it takes a bit to get your head around it, if you know what I mean. That Five of Cups in reverse so shows to me that it's going to be a little bit messy. It's going to be it's probably a lot messy, to be honest. Let's be real. Let's have a look. Ooh, I've got my Dumb Prince cards. 2 seconds, guys. She says, knocking over the cards. Sit There we go. Stay. Okay, let's have a look at Harry. How does Harry feel about this story? And then right at the end, we'll see. I want to pull a few cards to see how Megsy feels about Dan Wootton, but I'm going to use a different deck for that. So how does Harry feel about this story? The Nine of Swords. This has caused him a sleepless night. I'm going to say it's very irritating for him. He doesn't like it. It's not the worst story that's ever been put out about it, but it is causing him some... It is causing him some anxiety, shall we say. What's crossing over? The Sun in reverse. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's above. There's the Seven of Pentacles. Interesting enough, that's the very starting point we have with Megsy. I feel like something's going on around him right now. There is some issue with either the businesses or the foundation. Something's not coming in quick enough. They want to act quicker than they can. They want to kind of rebuff something here. Interesting how she blames Harry, but Harry underneath has got the Two of Cups. So Harry is love locked. I feel like, listen, it's hard to describe their relationship, but I'm going to give it a go. For me, from reading on them for so long, I feel like Megsy he's got like attachment issues. It would be very similar to something like with borderline personality disorder. I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm just saying I'm not obviously I'm not a mental health person, but it feels to me, in my opinion, that she is not an aware narcissist, but she's a narcissist, and she plays him. She will love bomb him when she needs to, and she will what's the word? He will go through valuation cycles, devaluation cycles, that kind of thing. So I feel like with these devaluation cycles, it gives him like a form of limerence. So when he's in this devaluation cycle, it kind of like makes him obsess about her more. He really is like a barnacle stuck on the side of the boat. With the Sun crossing over, they're going to try and make something about their children really soon, and he's not too keen on it. The Worlds. So the World leaving the situation, and the Empress in reverse. Harry's world is a lot smaller than it used to be. He hasn't got as many friends. He isn't as about the place. He hasn't got his military patronages and all of those things that made him seem so personable. Now he hasn't got all of that. He wanted to move on from stuff. I feel like Megsy saying that I am a medium speaking to your mother, la 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 la, just landing on me during a yoga session. I feel like he really believes it, you know? He really, really believes that. It's his whole world built on that. What's on his mind? The High Priestess in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Money is an issue at the minute. There's an issue with finances. There's an issue with, I feel like ease of starting something new. Things aren't as easy as they transpired to be. And I think like Harry and Megsy thought they would just walk on into Hollywood and there'd be no pitfalls, there'd be nothing bad. They were just going to ride the wave of stardom. Nothing is ever that easy. Nothing is for anyone. But they are so self-deluded and self-grandizing that they really believe that with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse, to me, it shows me that he's still wanting to try and contact. I think he's trying to contact his mother himself. With the High Priestess in reverse. Or he's got somebody around him that isn't just Megsy, that he is trying to contact his mother with. Okay. Things are not going to go well for them. He's going to feel like things are going well in the next coming up with the Three of Pentacles there, but things are not going to go very well for him long term, because we're back to the Seven of Wands, which is a typical Harkles card. They are going on the attack, but saying they are on the defense rather than just standing up for themselves. They are berating people. At the same time, in the spread for Megsy, she's suffering some kind of loss, some wounding there. What Harry is concerned about is the Tower in reverse. So he's probably concerned that something's going to happen in Nigeria, a bit like the New York City near catastrophic car chase. He's concerned about something like that, yeah? He's worried that there's going to be more self-inflicted wounds in that sense. I think she's still doing it. I think he's trying to contact his mother himself. He might even be getting trained or having some type of shamanic training, you know. Let me just, wow, okay. That card was in with this deck, and this deck was in the box. That's the Devil. Okay, well, we'll just take that as me being scatty. Let's see how Megsy feels about Dan Wootton, eh? And let's see how Harry feels about Dan Wootton. One card for each. Yeah, I think Harry's definitely still trying to contact his mother. But I think I've done readings in the past, and we've done some work in the past, and I really feel like Diana can't get through to him. I feel like there's a black aura around him, like she can't penetrate that. And he's kind of brought it in himself. So he's got this entity attachment that surrounds him, and it tries to block off other spirits getting through to him, which sounds to me, when it's a dark entity, it could be anything. It could be, it won't be anything. It won't be a Care Bear, put it that way. It won't be anything nice. It's not of the light. It's like this dark sludge I see. Let's see what Megsy thinks of Dan. She thinks she's better than him. She thinks he is lower than her somehow. She thinks she's a higher spiritual being than him. And she thinks he's odd. Which isn't very high a spiritual being. It's like you get some of these readers, even on this YouTube platform and TikTok or wherever, they think they're some kind of ascended being, and they're not. They're just Gladys from Stoke-on-Trent. It's just calm down. But Megsy's got that delusion as well. We used to call it the Jesus complex, when everybody thought they were like some kind of ascended master and healer. And that was back in the 2000s, and it's only gotten worse. She thinks she's got a light to share. She thinks she's got something to do. She thinks she's got, yeah. And she finds him distasteful. She finds him weird. She finds him odd. I don't think Dan's weird. I'm weird. I don't mind that. I'm weird. What does Harry think? Okay, Harry thinks Dan is stuck in the past. Oh, And we've got Witchcraft. I think Harry is going to get more and more involved in spiritual matters when he realizes he's losing more and more control of the world. Look at everything with Harry. Everything's a control mechanism, yeah? So the Aspen Institute is about control. Spare, it's my story. It's trying to control the narrative about what people think of him. With this, I would say he's going to start trying to wish away the press. He's going to start burying little things on his property, little poppets and stuff, to try and keep away people speaking negatively about him and his wife. Problem is, there's a lot of people on the internet and a lot of voices. You know, it's a broad church, and there's a lot of people who are of the opinion that they're just a pair of grifters and have been for such a long time. With that Monk's Hood card, that Witchcraft card, I think he's gonna try. He couldn't take down with byline times. Mind you, they couldn't take Piers Morgan down either. He keeps coming back like a fart in a spacesuit, doesn't he? So yeah, interesting with the High Priestess in reverse though. Anyway, guys, let me know what you see in the cards. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to add, anything you take away. Tell me what you would want me to read on next. So don't just do the royals, I can do other things. Thank you very much for everyone who's watched my daft little parody videos. I'm just blowing off a little bit of steam. Never mind, I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but there we go. Thank you very much for being here and putting up with all of my nonsense. And thank you so much if you took part in the fundraising for charity yesterday. We raised $773, and it all goes through YouTube. YouTube pays it, collects the money, pays it, does everything. And yeah, so when I get an update about that, when I get I don't know if I get an official email or anything, of course I will post it. But we raised $773. It is on the community page as well now, and I've put it on X as well. So thank you all very much for being here. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you really soon for another read. Take care, everyone. Bye.